I have a quick question on textile and just textile dyes, because I'm just so interested in this as you know, from an ag perspective,
Mm.
right? We're concerned about the pesticides and the waterways, but you know, textiles and the dyes, I think, are one of the world's second largest polluters of water,
Yep.
and I'm sure there's stats around that globally versus the United States and other parts of the world, but um, what are your I mean, what's new happening in this area, and anything you're excited about, or are
There's a lot of
you
stuff
worrying
happening.
about it?
Yeah, there's a lot that I'm excited about. I think one thing that's just important for consumers to remember is if you buy anything that is
Mhm.
made within the United States, you can sleep easy at night knowing that those things are produced within the construct and the legal framework of the United States. And so it's
Mhm.
got the strictest environmental laws. Basically, you can quibble about whether there's parts of Europe that have, but they're both sort of top of the pile. They have very strong human rights laws, minimum wage laws, healthcare laws. And so you just by buying, if you buy from a local farmer, let's say, you buy from a local manufacturer that's producing in the United States, you can know well that they are addressing issues like, let's say, what you're referencing, which is dyes going into waterways, for example. That's not legal in the United States. You can't do that. You
Mhm.
can do it, unfortunately, in places like China, where
Mhm.
you hear stories of rivers that are running blue with indigo dye from denim manufacturers. So I think that's, and I think, I'm
It's
fascinated right
good to
now.
know. It's a reminder, right,
Yeah, I
for
just
people
people
to be
forget that.
educated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
forget that. I mean,
exactly.
I think that the thing that drives me a little crazy is I get asked a lot, like, are you a believer in raising the minimum wage? Are you a believer in unions? And I always say that's an incomplete question, because if what you're asking me is, should we raise the minimum wage to $18 an hour and require all of our manufacturing enterprises and agricultural enterprises and farms to pay everybody $18 an hour at the same time that we allow Nike and the Gap to go take their
Mhm.
production to a place like Shenzhen where they're paying people pennies a garment? No, because then all you're doing is you're going to put further pressure on a source of jobs domestically. But if we're going to address both of those things, then of course I'm a believer in increasing the hourly pay for the trades and for manufacturing jobs. I think Americans forget that all these laws that are in place, environmental laws, human rights laws, safety laws, are laws that we have put in and voted into place as American citizens that we believe are right and good. I agree with those things.
Mhm.
They're laws for a reason. And the gap is that we've allowed our policymakers to not require businesses to adhere to them. And that's
Yeah.
a strange thing. That's a not a great thing to do uh, to all of us as citizens, because I think the result is we basically little by little are taking away vital, vibrant jobs in places that really need them, while we're allowing big companies to get very, very wealthy, get their shareholders very, very wealthy by
Mhm.
skirting those regulations. And I think that's an imbalance we got to address. We got to hold our politicians accountable for as well.